So dear students, we are doing synthesis, and in synthesis we are learning compound sentences. My compound sentence part 1 video has been uploaded, and this is going to be my second video on compound sentences. In first video we have discussed that how can we add coordinating conjunctions, cumulative conjunctions, and in this video we will see that how can we add two or more than two simple sentences to make one compound sentence by the use of adversative conjunctions. Okay, so now let's start. First, we should know the meaning of adversative conjunction. Adversative, adverse, as the name suggests, it means, to show the contrast, in two sentences. If we find that there are contrast in two sentences, we get to know that we need to use adversative conjunctions to join those two sentences. And the conjunctions which are used for joining adversative, or you can say the conjunction which are used to join two sentences are but, nevertheless, yet, still, however, whereas, while, notwithstanding. These are the conjunctions, these are called adversative conjunctions because these conjunctions shows adverse effect or contrast effect, in the sentences. Okay. So, it means that like if we don't get the right result, what we do? In one sentence we see that we did something good or we did something in the hope of getting right result, but actually we don't get that result. So the sentence become contrast. Okay, or some situation or some condition where we see that it always shows contrast in two sentences. Like if we say Tom worked hard, second sentence, he didn't get best result. So we need to add one adversative conjunction to add these two sentences. It would become Tom worked hard but he didn't get the good result. Okay, so this will be called adversative situation or adversative conjunction which we are using in two contrast character to add them together. Okay, now let's see the sentences where we can use these adversative conjunctions. So here I've taken two sentences, and these two sentences shows contrast in nature. You can find it out yourself. Tom put his best efforts into this project. First sentence, Tom put his best efforts into this project. Second sentence, it was not selected. Now, we are not talking about Tom. Rather, we are talking about this project that it was not selected. Perhaps he was, he put his best effort into this project, to get it submitted somewhere. But it was not selected or submitted. Okay. So, these two sentences shows contrast in nature. So, we will use but and we can use nevertheless too here in these two sentences. Like Tom put his best efforts into this project but it was not selected. Or Tom put his best efforts into this project, nevertheless it was not selected. Okay. Now, the thing is that, if we add these sentences together, so first till here it will be called principal clause. Tom put his best efforts into this project. Okay, since we see that this coordinating conjunction but comes from here, it's connecting these two principal clauses, but it is added with the second sentence. So that is why this second sentence will be called coordinating clause. Okay, and these two together makes a compound sentence. Okay, now this is principal clause, and since from here we have added this subordinating conjunction but, so it will together make a compound sentence. So here you can see that I have taken two sentences, and let's see that which conjunctions can be used in these sentences. Okay, so first one, Tom is diagnosed with cancer. First sentence, Tom is diagnosed with cancer. Second sentence, he is in peaceful state. So these two sentences show contrast in, in their nature, because, if somebody is diagnosed with cancer, this is a very fatal disease, everybody knows. So his, his mind will not be in peaceful state. But here we see the contrast in these two sentences, that Tom is diagnosed with cancer, he is in peaceful state. So this sentence is showing quite contrast, opposite in nature. Because if somebody is suffering from or diagnosed with cancer, we can expect only that person would be disturbed or not in a peaceful mind. But here he is in peaceful state. So we can use the conjunction yet and still for it. In first sentence we have used but and nevertheless. But in this sentence we can use yet or still both. Okay. So Tom is diagnosed with cancer, yet he is in peaceful state. Tom is diagnosed with cancer, yet he is in peaceful state. Or you can say Tom is diagnosed with cancer, still he is in peaceful state. Okay. So here we see that till here, it is called P clause and principal clause, and since this is the conjunction which is started from here, so that is why this portion of the sentence is called coordinating clause. But remember that in compound sentences we have two principal clause which is connected with the coordinating conjunction. So these two are principal clause because they have their own subject and verb. So these are two principal clause. They are not depending on each other for their meaning like in complex sentence. So that is why both of the sentences, both of the clauses are principal. But since we know that this, these conjunctions are added with the second sentence, so this is called, this part is called, or this clause is called coordinating clause. Okay. Now, second sentence, Tom is down with fever. He went to attend the seminar. So here again we see the, some contrasting nature, like Tom is down with fever. If Tom is down with fever, people expect him to take rest and he would lie down on the bed, but instead he went to attend the seminar. So here we will use this conjunction however. Tom is down with fever, however he went to attend the seminar. You can use, yet and still, but everything can be used for, to, if some contrast is there in the sentences, okay, in two sentences. Now, again we see that it is called principal clause. Tom is down with fever and however he went to attend the seminar. This is called coordinating clause. So again one sentence I have taken, everything decays, goodness survive. So everything decays, it means, everything perishes, everything destroys. Decay means destroy. So everything decays, goodness survives. Survive means, it is only, live for a long time. So goodness is the only thing which remains alive for a long time. Okay. So everything decays, goodness survives. So what we'll do that we will use these two conjunctions for it, while, whereas and while. So it would become everything decays while goodness, while you can use, or you can use whereas also. So everything decays while goodness survives, or whereas goodness survives. Okay. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and very soon I'm coming with another coordinating conjunction, that is alternative conjunctions used in compound sentences.